Hey guys, coming here, welcome back to Langrisser news from the future. So right, it took some time and we are finally here, and on this part 1 of Trail video will be featuring the new collab hero, the Legend of Heroes. Kuro no Kiseki is very weird. First off, it kind of took me off. It should be pronounced as Rei no Kiseki because I tried searching for Kuro and this word does not appear. Instead, it's Reime, aka Dawn, but oh well, Zen. But of course, this is not the point. The main point is what everyone has been waiting for: the collab heroes' talent, skills, 3Cs, and effect. And are you guys ready? Before we carry on, a very great thanks to information shared and provided by the Langrisser mobile app, 梦话没赞手游. And here we go. So right, part 1 of video will be featuring Agnes. Okay, she's voiced by Ito Mirai, correct me if I'm wrong. And yeah, before we go on and move on to her talent and whatsoever, let us appreciate her art. So again, if you guys attempt to try to tilt your phone to try to search for some miracles, just so you know that I tried it for you guys. Nope, you'll not be able to see any miracle because that's how bad our technologies are as of this era. So right, I did not play the series of the game, so I just did some translation of my own. Watch to the end for the draft translations I have did for you guys in text form, and of course, or you can just skip to the end to check out. And alright, here we go. So first off, Agnes at rank 6. Okay, she's of the collab faction, princess faction, and glory of light team. And her talent is known as creation guidance, or I'm not sure what it's called in the original game itself. So again, apologize. Okay, so like her talent, and I kind of suppose that she might be one of the key for the revival of AoE team build. Okay, so here we go. When you have 2 or more buff, increase your intelligence and defense by 20%, and heal 2 allies based on 2.5 times your intelligence with the least HP after you initiate and deal damage. And allies 5 squares or tiles within range will not die when receiving death blow, and they will obtain dying effect. This dying buff will kind of provide like a debuff. So we will only be able to find out during demo play to see if the icon is like a debuff or buff. But for now, I'm gonna say it as a debuff because it's mostly negative effect. So dying will provide, number 1, movement reduction of -2, and damage dealt to enemy will be reduced by 50%, and 3, unable to use active skills. So the effect will last for 2 turns. They cannot be immune or dispel, and each battle can only trigger 2 times, and each unit can trigger no more than once. So as you can see, it is a revival skills that has lots of debuff or negative effects. However, do not worry, since it's a collab heroes, they're definitely not as bad as it looks. There's definitely ways to fix this, which stay tuned guys. So let's repeat again. Number 1, when you have 2 or more buff, increase your intelligence and defense by 20%. Number 2, heal allies based on 2.5 times your intelligence with the least HP after you initiate and deal damage. Number 3, allies 5 squares or tiles within your range will not die when receiving death blow effect, and they will obtain this dying buff with the following effect. 1, movement speed will be reduced by 2. 2, damage deal will be reduced by 50%. 3, unable to use active skills. So number 3 effect will last for 2 turns, cannot be immune nor dispel. Each battle can only trigger 2 times, and each unit can trigger no more than once for this effect. So moving on to her exclusive skill. So again, for the skill explanation video, we will only go through exclusive skills. For the full skill list, we'll be going through only during the demo play. So on initial path, we will have this first exclusive skill 1, and it's only a 1C, very neat. This time around, kudos to Zilong. They start writing the skills, cooldown, range, and area of effect, aka AoE. So right, the skill is known as Hammer of Bright. So you choose 1 tile. So the effect are as follows. So choose 1 tile in a straight line and deal 0.3 times AoE damage to enemies in range. And after using these skills, which cause damage, reduce the cooldown of this 1 ally 2 squares or tiles within your range. So that's pretty sweet. I mean, it's a 1C skill. It has a cooldown of only 1 turn, and the range is 7 squares or tiles, and the AoE is 1 circle, so you can easily hit probably more than 1 or 2 enemies. And after using this skill, if you have any allies who are 1 square, who are 2 squares or tiles near you, you will reduce their skills by 1 turn. So that's pretty neat. So alright, let's repeat again. 1, choose 1 tile in a straight line and deal 0.3 times AoE damage to enemies in range. And 2, after using these skills which cause damage, reduce the cooldown of 1 ally 2 squares or tiles within range by 1. So pretty sweet, and it's only 1C. This is definitely a like MVP skills. So they are really trying to make this collab mage heroine to become like a damage healer, some healer that can deal damage and fight. If you look at her talent, she increased her intelligence and build up her defense. So they're trying to make her tank off against physical damage dealer. And at the same time, she can heal upon dealing damage. So yep, that's pretty sweet. Okay, exclusive skill 2 on the first cluster path. It's known as Palladius Ray. So the cost is 2, has CD of 4, a range of 6. The AoE is a straight line. So okay. Deal 0.33 times AoE damage to enemies in 3 straight lines. Ooh, that's cool. That's a lot. And effective to mage and priest. Then reduce enemies that got damaged by reducing their attack and intelligence and magic defense by 20% for 2 turns. So again, it's definitely a debuffer. She's not only is she a healer, she can deal AoE damage and she can cause debuff. So I guess this is a new trend and it's pretty cool. Straightforward, nice. So the range is 3 by 6. That's a lot. So let us go through again. Number 1, deals 0.33 times AoE damage to all enemies in range in 3 straight lines. 2, effective to mage and priest. 3. Reduce enemies attack and intelligence and magic defense by 20% for 2 turns. So it's pretty cool that this time around they are not effective to only one type but 2, especially priest, because the new tankers and a lot of SP mode heroes tend to have holy class, so that's pretty cool. And the rest are repeated skills. And finally, before we end off this video, yep, we're coming to the end. It is her 3C skills known as Shining Halo or Halo, well, whichever countries you live in. I'm gonna go with Halo after, well, I learned that there's this game called Halo. Alright, the cost is 3, the range is cast on yourself, the AoE is 4 squares or tiles, it has both passive and active skills. So let's go through the passive first. Passive: when allies obtain dying effect, reduce this skill's CD by 1. Okay, so they will try to reduce these skills to maximum 1 CD. So that's it. So number 1, let's repeat again. When allies obtain dying effect, reduce the skills cooldown by 1. Active skills: heals all allies in range based on 3 times your intelligence. Then you will dispel 2 debuff from your allies, and you will heal. Ally units will obtain heal 20% of their HP when they end their turn. They will have damage deal increased by 15%, and both of this effect will last for 2 turns. And casting these skills will remove the dying buff effect from allies. So yep, this is definitely very cool for collab heroes. Their effect most of the time, aside from the Valkyrie Chronicles, are very nice and very effective and cool for your allies. So as the talent says, it will cause allies to obtain the dying buff, though they will keep them to survive a death blow. They get resurrect with some negative effect. However, with the 3C, once they got healed by this effect, not only they will almost be healed to their max HP, I mean, based on this healer skills, and this dying buff effect will be totally removed, and it means that all the previously negative buff they have are just instantly wiped off the screen. And this is very cool. I mean, your allies can continue to do what they want, and this is why I personally feel that this heroine skills is great for AoE heroes, especially like a lot of times as of this current meta or era, most AoE heroes, most of the time it's either they die before they get to cast 1 AoE, or they die after they just get to cast 1 despite they still have 1 or 2 more in their hand. Or in most cases, most AoE players will have 2 AoE skills with them with great effects, and followed by 1 single target skills. So it's pretty cool that Agnes has this surviving death blow and to remove all this negative effect from them. So I'm I'm definitely hoping to see the return of AoE team play. So what did you guys think? Is it cool? Is it bad? Or she's just normal or below average? Leave it down in the comment section below. We'll see you guys on the next part featuring Elaine. So alright, this is Kami. Thank you for your subscribe and like. See you guys on the next video, and goodbye.